Hey guys, Tapley from ASGV. Just thought I'd create a video about general tips and tricks. I know we've got the daily videos, which cover the tasks for those specific days, but I think there's a lot of information that's lost elsewhere within the game. So let me take you through that, and I've made a list, and hopefully I don't go on for too long, but it's all very important. So let's have a look by starting at our base. So one of the first things to look at in the top left there is your profile. And within here, you have various different areas. So one of the main things I always look at first is VIP. So I'm VIP 11, and depending on what rank you are, you get certain VIP level privileges. And where I'm 11 now, I've recently unlocked a bit more construction speed. Previously, I think I was at 40, and research speed was maybe at 10. So yeah, you can see the increases there every time you go up levels. However, to reach the next level, you need more VIP points. And to do that, you open the box every day. I think the wording here is a bit confusing because it says more continuous logon days is more VIP points, which is technically true, but it's always 200 points. So always collect that every day and your counter moves up a little bit. There's various things within the game you can do to get more points, to go up more levels. You can also buy more levels by clicking on the plus. And generally, I only buy VIP points if I'm near a landmark and leveling up, and then I'll spend a few thousand points on that. But kind of judge it yourself how you want to do that. The one thing I always do is make sure that I have VIP enabled, which is having VIP extra benefits every month. So I spend the 10,000 gems every month on 30 days of VIP, which activates all of these privileges. And as you get the more points, you go up a level, and as your VIP is activated, you get better stuff every month. Buying it in 30-day periods is 100% something everyone should do to get all of these rewards that kind of pay for themselves. And I wouldn't suggest doing the 7-day or the 24-hour. It doesn't work out cost effective. So make sure you get that. And then every day you get freebies as well. So I get a golden shard every day through VIP 11. I think when I reach VIP 12, yeah, I get 2 shards. So it's definitely worth working your way up there, but don't spend too much getting the VIP points. They'll slowly claim themselves. And also have a look at my moments. Lots of people have useful things in their moments or questionable pictures. It's a bit of a gamble, but certainly I don't have anything questionable, I don't think. But I've got various guides here. One is the tech center, what you need for the next tech center. So if you're, pretty much building your tech center and waiting however many days, or your headquarters however many days for it to be created, then you can always look at what the next level requires. It's updating the Alliance Center. I'll upgrade that at the same time if you have 2 builders, that is. There's another guide on VIP points, what it means every day, how you get the points, and how many of each things can get you certain to 7.2 million a day or 3.2. I've also got the tank guide, which I speak about on, I think, Thursday's video, where you specifically upgrade people in priority. Kim, get to 5 stars, and then slowly get everybody else to 4 stars. And also the skill prioritization. You can see here you want to get all the skills to level 20 and then focus on the priorities of all the characters. Another cool guide is the gear crafting guide, which I'll create a specific video for. But essentially, you want all gold gear and you want to upgrade it to 10 immediately, and then work on these as a priority on the right hand side. There's also the tier 10 research guide. So to get tier 10 troops, which is quite a later game thing, you'll need to unlock these items, once or 3 times all the way down. So you can follow this to get the most efficient way to tier 10. And decorations, if you were lucky enough to get those tokens that gave you free decorations, this shows you kind of the best decorations to purchase. Generally, damage reduction is considered to be the best ones to get, and then so on all the way down to low priorities. And finally, just daily guidelines. These are the best things to do every single day. Although at the start of the daily versus videos, it tells you what to focus on and what to align with arms race, you've also got a handy guide here as well. So these will always be in my moments, so feel free to check them. The other thing to look at is account. So you get rewards for doing specific things. So you can go to the reward center, which loads another web browser. And essentially you can do these specific tasks. I think it's every week to get more ID points, and then you can buy things here. I normally just buy the drone parts because I'm always out of drone parts. Any shop, any free gift, you want to go for the most rare or hard to get thing, which is, for me, drone parts at least. And then whilst you're here, don't forget to click the top and go to shop. And there's always generally 2 things a week which are free. First, drone parts for free, and then the second day you can receive one of these things at random. What are we going to get? Level 3 chest, that will do. And you can buy gold here, which I think the reason they make you come here to buy extra stuff, but I don't bother. So the next thing to look at is rankings. So this I find quite fun, I guess. Specifically individual kills, because I like to see my ranking go up. I'm quite competitive. You can see here I'm 27th or 22nd on the server, 3.128 kills. I look at who's next on my list, and yeah, try and get a few more kills every week to start going up. There'll be a point I'm sure I'll plateau, but for the most part, everyone seems to be achievable. Got to beat the genius. Genie's not beating me. But yeah, set a task for yourself there. You can also look at individual rankings for loads of stuff. As you can see, we've got a whale here who's taking all the awards, but it is what it is. Set your own targets. Another cool thing to look at is alliance power. So we don't look good at the moment. We've always traditionally been 5th in the rankings, but due to the recent merger, we've gone down to 8th. As we start to settle and start to train everyone, we'll go back up the ranks. But again, I like competition. I like a challenge. So we again will ascend the ranks, and this strength is pretty much based on your power. If we have a look at your profile again, at the top here, I'm 40 million. Some power can be for show, some power is actual power. And what I mean by that is, it kind of tells you here how it breaks down the power. Is it drone? Is it buildings, units, tech, or hero? If your drills aren't full, obviously you won't have full hero power. So if you've got gold troops full and you don't fight, your power will be a lot more. But troops are there for fighting, they're there to be killed. So I rarely have full drills because they're always dying. But yeah, that's a reason why you may have lower power than somebody, but it's not really that important. So the next thing to look at is building and research. So as we've mentioned on the daily videos, you really want to focus on special forces versus for your valor, which is, as you can see, it's a specific material, and these give you extra points on building versus or tech versus days. So only use these, save these researches for then, because you get the extra points. If it's not a tech versus day and you still want to upgrade, then focus on your squad 1, also your hero, and you can dip a little bit in any of these. If there's some that are particularly low that say they'll complete in a few hours, it's a no-brainer, go for it. And then when it comes to building, really the strategy for building is focus pretty much primarily on everything that's needed to upgrade your headquarters. So always be building a tech center upgrade or whatever it says next. For me, it's a tank center, which is true for both of these. They're both upgrading. And save your speed ups on these for the most part when the versus is active, and ideally you're in the arms race and you have a buff, and I'll go through buffs in a minute. But then really when you're using your speed ups, you're getting the extra versus points rather than just using them every single day. It's not worth it. Save it up and do it efficiently and quickly on the versus day. The next part to look at is trains. So as you can see here, luckily I'm the conductor. I get it maybe once every couple of weeks as part of the R45 conductor. So if we click here, no one's ever seen it before. You get appointed a conductor, you can refresh the cargo and build up the value, but it is a gamble. Your value of your cargo can go up and can go down. And then hopefully you don't get robbed. I normally do. I send people a nice message when they rob me. And you're good. So the first thing to do is bottom right, you can see who gives you tickets. Ideally, if you've got enough, give 3. If you don't, at least give 1. And I can immediately take these into my inventory. So I've got 225 tickets now, and it costs 5 every time you want to refresh. It's a guaranteed gold train if you refresh it 5 times, and we ideally want to refresh it as many as we can to not be left with 0 tickets, but to give everyone a good train. So if we refresh 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, ta-da! So it becomes a gold train, which means you're going to get a good value. So the value of this train is 24k. We want it to be around the 60k mark. And a good thing you can do is if you get like 70k, you can save the loadout and you can gamble a couple more times. But if you're not successful, you can load the saved train, which is useful because you can get really involved in refreshing the train, and then you lose all your tickets. So let's see what we can do. 46, 16, 62, that's good. Usually the train has drone parts at the front, decorations at the back, and a bit of a mixture in the middle. 62 is all right, so I'm going to save that. I don't need that many tickets, so I'm going to do some more gambling. Don't want to gamble too much. Come on. I've seen a few screenshots of people getting like 200 or 100,000. That looks amazing. 73. Okay. Even the pop-up there says valuable. Let's save this bad boy. Cool. So again, most people choose the bottom because you get 2 gold decorations, which gives you power in your base. Some people just go for the shards and the general power-ups. This is more the diamonds and the gear. And again, the top one is the drones. I generally go for drones because I'm always out of drone stuff. So that's good. I'm going to come out of that, and then people can join the train now. The other thing about trains is you've got the truck stop. So yeah, feel free to plunder 4 people a day, have this ticked so you're filtering out people in your war zone. And then, as you can see here, I generally go for at least 1 UR shard there. So I would plunder him, make sure that he's pretty much at the same or below your power level to be a successful plunder. If it's unsuccessful plunder, then you don't lose anything, you have another go. You got 4 goes and that doesn't take 1 up. So this is amazing. But 4 shards, 3 shards, but I don't have any plunders left, unfortunately. So what I'll do, I'll share that to the team and say, here you go, guys, someone plunder that. And don't turn your nose at purples, because purples again have shards as well, and they're sometimes easier to loot. I don't have any dispatches left today, but ideally, if you spend enough time on the game, just send 1 at a time with your first squad, because they're going to be the most protected. And if you refresh a truck 5 or 6 times, I think, you're a guaranteed gold. So if you don't have many tickets, maybe refresh it once or twice and then send whatever you get, but don't waste them if you're very low. You want to make sure that you save those for the versus days where you need to send a gold every single truck to get the versus points. So just use your balance. Keep enough in reserve, maybe 10, 15, and just use a couple until you get enough where you can say, okay, I can spend a few more, but just use your judgment. The other thing to look at is tasks. So the one thing I do in tasks, if you're level, I think it's HQ 28 or a certain VIP level, you get the mega. And this means I can refresh everything in one go to make it all gold, but it will say this takes up 40 tickets, and that's a lot of tickets. Or mega deploy is when you can deploy all of them at once, which is a lifesaver sometimes if you don't want to tick. Traditionally though, you've got the normal refresh button. So how I approach this, again, keep the star tasks for every Tuesday and Saturday. I'll use the singular refresh at the start. Generally, if it's not a gold task day, I'll just wait till I get purples, send those off, and then refresh again. If there's maybe 2 left, I'll check what the mega says, but sometimes I use blues if I'm running low on tickets. Again, it's all about using your judgment and keeping them safe until the day when you actually need all golds everywhere. So keep it safe there. Ally tasks, again, maybe you want to assist the golds, you get more loot, so just wait till there's some golds appearing. Otherwise, you can assist the purples as well, but blues are generally not too much point. Hidden treasures just is what it is. I always try and go into the ally exchange, and if there's something here that I have, they don't, I'll just exchange. If I've got more, I'll just exchange because it doesn't really matter too much. And then whenever I've got a lack of something, I'll put it in here, and then I've got too many of these, so I'll do that. Radar tasks, watch Sunday's video where I explain about radar tasks. Everyone should know about that. Again, fully restored timer is the only thing you need to be looking at. Make sure you're never full on radars, always just kind of one away, ready for that versus day. Daily tasks, so this is something that's generally not looked, I'd say not looked at with as much depth as you should. So there are many tasks you complete during the day. Always complete the diamond tasks, to be honest, because they all add up. If you can do, was that for 50, 60, potentially 60 a day, and in 10 days that's 600, and you know, it multiplies up. So plunder secret tasks, just recruit one survivor. Every day I recruit one survivor and one hero. Just use one ticket and it gets you the rewards already. One of the other important things is attacking commanders. So obviously don't attack anyone in NAP, in any alliance. Sometimes there's people in like one-man alliances that have left the game long ago. So use your judgment if it's actually an active person. But what I do is I scout high-level bases on the outskirts with, you know, that could be full of booty. And then, as you can see here, the genius scouting me again. Let's see if I've got some. So yeah, this guy here was just a random commander. Plunderable resources, 1.8 million, 1 million, 2 million. And like, if you plunder him, I think you get up to maybe 7 attacks before you get the plunder reduction down to 15%. So I think I can get about 7 million of each resource each time. So it's really, really helpful. And before that was about a billion. Otherwise, I'll quickly have a look at heroes. So yeah, save your heroes for hero day on a push. If you need a bit of experience for the arms race, whoever that is the lowest in my main squad, I've got my 5 tanks. This would be Stepman.
But I never
I just hit upgrade once, and that gives me all the versus points I need, and it gives me a little bit of a boost and improvement to my squad. But otherwise, don't waste your time on arms race really outside of Thursday. That's what I do personally. And speaking of arms race, have a look at the arms race every day, the calendar. So I would see that from 7 to 11, I've got hero. So that means, yes, that's easy. I can easily achieve 6 points. I'll just improve one of my heroes once. Done. Tech research, probably I've got really long tech timers going. That's not really going to work for me. So I'm probably not going to get points there. Base building. Oh, I've got something that's going to end soon. So yeah, I'm going to improve a few things to get my other 6 points. And then unit progression. Yeah, I've got an empty drill ground. I might use a few speed ups here to fill my drill ground. So it's all you need is, you know, a combination of, but I focus on just getting 6 shards per arms race event, because all you need is 18 to open the gold box. You can obviously just do the 1 or the 2, but that means you have to be more active throughout the day. So it's a balance really. And before ending this part 1 of the video, because it's gone on for quite a while already, but it's useful stuff, I would suggest, if you can, I'm a free-to-play player pretty much. I've spent, I don't know, about 10 quid on this game over the last few months. That's it. I utilized a lot of my free bricks to get the second tech center, which is really important, and also the second builder. So I've got 2 techs and 2 builders going, and this is really, really helpful and speeds up your progression a load. If you've only got one of each, it can be quite slow. Obviously, 3 is even better. But I think after 2, it's diminishing returns. It's a little bit slower. And also, the other thing I would suggest is if you do have any other gold bricks or want to spend a little bit of money, you want to focus on Taylor. So she gives you more chests every day that give you lots of loot, lots of stamina, every time you complete a radar task. So she's at 2 stars for me now. And the way to get that is if you go to VIP and you zip all the way down to VIP 1, you can see here that you can purchase her. I used my gold bricks for her once, I think twice, 3 times even. And yeah, the next one's 2,000 bricks. But yeah, you get to update her, and she gives you a lot of stuff when you complete radar tasks. She's a must if you really want to spend any money at all. As you can see, I've got 1,000 gold bricks left from the free giveaways. I'm saving that for Season 1 Season Pass, apparently. Well, I think it's monthly pass. That's supposed to be a good way to spend, so I'll see. That's the end of part 1. I'll be back with part 2 with some more tips and tricks.